When Epic Games launched Rocket Racing, it was an exciting time. It was one of the 3 new game modes available in Fortnite. There was a lot of promise in this game mode. It was being built off of Rocket League, but in Fortnite for the chance to combine the audiences. What could go wrong? Well, apparently a lot.
We're taking away a huge piece of your community.
A game mode that had been long awaited by not the community who ended up getting it, but the community who deserved it.
And now that I've got to the highest rank in the game, what's the point of playing?
Let's start with the demise of Rocket League trading. To pave the way for Rocket Racing, Epic made the controversial decision to remove trading from Rocket League. This was met with heavy criticism from the Rocket League community with no context as to why this change was being made. Keep in mind, at the time of this news being announced, Rocket Racing had not been announced yet. Players were mad because this destroyed an entire part of the Rocket League community. It made people wonder what was going to happen to Rocket League if this was a necessary change according to Epic. What could be coming that they had to push out this update regardless of the criticism they most likely knew they would receive? Well, we eventually got our answer with the announcement of Rocket Racing. Let's take a look at this part of an article posted by Sonics mentioning why they removed trading in the first place. The official reasoning to make this major change was so Rocket League could align with Epic's approach with no trading allowed in their games, or as I see it, to protect their item shop sales. But that's not the full point. It was mentioned so they could open up the possibility of having Rocket League items transfer over to other games owned by Epic. As mentioned earlier, in comes the announcement of Rocket Racing. In that announcement, they mentioned the ability of cross-game ownership, or you being able to use your Rocket League items such as car bodies, decals, and wheels in this new mode. It was starting to make sense why Rocket League removed trading. Or was it? You see, I personally don't play a lot of Rocket League, but I have in the past. I have some items on there I still have yet to receive in Fortnite. The funny thing about this is LEGO Fortnite has been quick to receive a lot of LEGO styles for BR skins, while Rocket Racing has barely received many of the Rocket League cosmetics that was promised nearly 6 months ago. To make matters worse, the Fortnite Crew Pack includes the Rocket League Battle Pass, yet I don't see any of those items from current Rocket League Battle Passes carrying over to Fortnite inventories. You would think they would make the effort to encourage players from Rocket League to come over to Fortnite and play Rocket Racing with the cosmetics they grinded for in Rocket League. Now this is a bit of a confusing part as to who the intended audience was for Rocket Racing. We obviously see Epic use the Rocket League brand to promote the mode, so you would think this was geared towards those players. Yes, but no. The mode itself was made for Fortnite and geared more towards the Fortnite audience. Let me explain why. Look at the maps. A lot of them use assets from Fortnite POIs and follow the art style of Fortnite with the exception of the cars themselves. Even the mechanics of the mode are the same as the mechanics for the cars in Battle Royale. There aren't many mechanics that relate to Rocket League. So this makes you think, why did they put this mode in Fortnite and not Rocket League, where players have wanted a racing mode for years? I believe that big point would have to go to the fact Fortnite has a much bigger audience in general. They wanted to tap into that audience that was already here for Battle Royale. That's where they went wrong though. While Rocket Racing had a peak of 625,000 players when it released, that number has fallen dramatically to averaging roughly only 5,000 players at a given time. Don't get me wrong, that is still a lot of people compared to other games. The problem is Fortnite players don't care much for the mode because they truly aren't there for Rocket Racing. Rather, what Fortnite truly is, a Battle Royale. You would think if they put this mode in Rocket League, it probably would have done way better. Now I can't guarantee it would have, but think of this. Trading could have stayed in Rocket League if this mode was never added to Fortnite. This would have meant there never would have been backlash from the Rocket League community about removing trading. In fact, if the mode was in Rocket League to begin with, we wouldn't be waiting for Epic to port over our Rocket League items to Fortnite. Let's not forget, with Rocket Racing only averaging 5,000 players, and modes as old as Save the World averaging double or sometimes even triple the player count of Rocket Racing, was putting Rocket Racing in Fortnite the right move. The audience just doesn't seem to be there. Everything we've discussed so far have all been parts of the problem leading to the current state that plagues Rocket Racing. The removal of trading in Rocket League killed a lot of the hype from their community for this mode. You can't even use most of your stuff from Rocket League in Rocket Racing as promised. All you're left with is primarily default items, the few items they have ported, and overpriced item shop car bodies. Then there's the audience. Rocket Racing is continuing its decline in player count since it released with no end in sight. The queue times are long, and sometimes you can't even find a match if you're a higher ranked player in the mode. The collision with obstacles is pretty questionable as well. How can you barely touch the edge of a track and fling backwards? While they have done some work on fixing this, there are still times where it remains more questionable than not. The final problem that plagues Rocket Racing is the updates with the mode. There's not a lot they can do. Sure, we got time trials to see how fast you can race a track. That's great, but what else? They opened it up where the players can make their own maps in UEFN, but there's only so much you can do currently. Grinding the ranks can be boring as you're just doing the same thing over and over. At least in Battle Royale, it's unpredictable, whereas in Rocket Racing, you know it's the same few tracks time and time again. There's no battle pass to grind since it doesn't have one, and frankly, it shouldn't. The mode should let you rank up in the Rocket Pass so you can progress in Rocket League and Rocket Racing. Better yet, after releasing the first season for Rocket Racing, they are already abandoning seasons for the mode. It makes you think, should Rocket Racing just have been part of Rocket League or live on as a LTM?